After having fun playing games with her friends, Amber retreated to her small, sweet room. She began to observe the twinkling stars with the telescope her beloved mother had bought for her. Next year, she would start school. "I will tell all my friends at school about these stars I've seen and the kind moon Grandpa," she thought. While spending time at the telescope, Amber's father called out, "Amber, you've had a busy day today, sweetheart, and it's getting late for your bedtime." Would Amber listen to her father? A few minutes later, her father entered the room. Although he saw that Amber wasn't asleep, he liked that she had an interest in astronomy. "Are you curious about space, my lovely? Tell me, do you wonder a lot about the universe?" Of course, Amber was very curious. "Can you tell me a bit about it, Daddy? Is there life out there? Are there people, children? Do they play games with their friends, for example?" Inspired by Amber's questions, her father decided to tell her a tale. "Let me tell you a story, my dear, a story about space." Excitedly, Amber lay in her bed, ready to listen to her father. Once upon a time. Let's begin telling the tale of curious Amber. In the depths of the night sky, beyond the stars, there was an island called Sparkle, where no one had ever been. The news that a single person would set out to discover the Sparkle Island spread from ear to ear. So far, no one dared to go to this island because it was very distant. The only person in town who could undertake this task was Amber, the king's daughter, whose strength was talked about everywhere. With a lively and impressive ceremony, she boarded the cosmic spacecraft and set out on a long journey. If everything went well, she would reach the Sparkle Island and be declared a hero in her homeland. However, something unknown happened when the spacecraft collided with a solid object. The spaceship began to fall, and it ended up on another island in the vastness of space. She noticed around her a small castle resembling a kale with long walls beyond the vaguely visible trees. The castle emitted a murmuring sound that sent shivers down one's spine. After the fall, Amber thought of seeking help from the castle to repair her damaged cosmic. Suddenly, fairy-sized creatures with lights on their shoulders swiftly landed and began fluttering around, producing strange sounds resembling a song. "Don't go, there's a witch there. Don't go, there's a witch there." When Amber told the fairies that she might find parts to repair her vehicle in the witch's castle, the fairies said, Go, but don't eat any fruit. Go, but don't eat any fruit." Amber approached the door of the castle. Although the murmuring sounds that sent chills down one's spine were getting closer, she continued walking. She creaked open the heavy door and walked into the castle. She was also very hungry. Her eyes were drawn to the shiny, ripe, and delicious-looking fruits on the table. The fairies began to land on her head and ears like crazy. Don't eat the fruit, the witch will imprison you," they said. Amber didn't listen to the fairies. What harm could an apple do? As soon as she took a big bite from the apple, lightning struck in the castle, wind started blowing from the ground, and a dust cloud enveloped Amber. The witch, with an evil voice, emerged from the darkness, and the fairies flew out of the window. The witch was very angry. She never shared her fruits with anyone. "Who dared to eat her apple? How dare you enter my castle without permission and eat my fruit?" Amber, a little scared, said, "I was very hungry, I had to eat. Besides, in our town, everyone shares their belongings and food." The witch continued sternly, "This is my castle, and everything here belongs to me. Now you will be my prisoner and live with me. I will cast a spell on you." Amber screamed and said, "Why are you so lonely then? This castle is big enough for hundreds of people." The witch, tired of living alone, had never trusted people. "I have a suggestion for you. If you repair my spaceship by using magic, I can take you to my town for a day. If you don't like it, you can come back." Despite her fear and hesitation, the witch thought that nothing bad would happen in a day and accepted the offer. Quickly, they came from the dark castle to Cosmic. The fairies, hiding behind the trees, watched in amazement the witch and Amber. They saw the witch outside for the first time. After magically getting the spaceship working, the witch said she would come with Amber on one condition. The condition was that Amber would go to the town as a human and would never tell anyone that she was a witch. Amber agreed to this condition. And the witch transformed herself into a kind and elderly aunt. They set out together. After a long journey, they reached the beautiful town. Everyone eagerly asked Amber to tell about Isilti Island. She told everything except for the witch and her castle. She said that the elderly aunt, who turned out to be a witch, helped her repair the spaceship. Hearing this, the king and others began to give gifts to the elderly aunt. The witch was very happy. She had never imagined people like this. She made a decision and said to Amber, "With your permission, I would like to stay in this town. I love you, your town, and these beautiful people." Amber was very happy and agreed. The witch, as an elderly aunt, performed irreversible magic to stay, and now she was also one of the lovely people in the charming town. The tale had ended, but Amber was already fast asleep. The beautiful story her father had read had clearly made her very happy, and she was smiling in her sleep.